Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful day again in Pennsylvania, which is like the biggest accomplishment for February. Just got out of work, that's why I'm all fancy. And now we are heading to get my Pontiac washed because I'm actually having some people come look at it tonight, and from the vlog on Sunday where I got it stuck, it is completely just covered in mud. So we are gonna head to the car wash quick and get that done and then run home, and hopefully the people are interested. I don't know, we'll see. But look at how beautiful it is outside. Just look, it's like, okay, there's a school zone, so there's that, which is not great, but all right, you know what? Let's just jump to the car wash. All right, here we are at the car wash. So let's just take a little review of how muddy this car actually is. So, well, now it's got some, not terrible. Okay, now see, now's where it's really, you're starting to see, hopefully, that we did some off-roading. Not one of the best off-roading vehicles. It doesn't move if it's in mud, so there's that, but yeah. All right, car is all clean and we are back on the road. Alright guys, as we're on our drive home here, I just thought I would give you some of my thoughts on my G6 GTP. I guess to start off, I want to say that I'm not bashing on it too hard, but it is not the best car probably that you could choose even in this price range, which they are pretty cheap now. But so far what I've discovered, and it hasn't been a bad car for me, it's worked really well since I've owned it. I've owned it for 8 months, something like that. And in that time, I haven't had to do a terrible amount of work to it or anything, but I mainly got it because I was driving an SUV and I needed something that got a little bit better fuel mileage because I was driving a lot. And upon buying it, I discovered a couple things. And the biggest one is that it's just not that great at anything. Like, it's not particularly fast. It doesn't handle particularly well. It does better than your average sedan from 2006, so I completely understand that. But, you know, it doesn't do any of those things that well. And fuel mileage isn't that great. Like, I think, you know, average on this right now is like at 20.3 or something. So it's, you know, you might be able to find a more well-rounded car than one of these, and they do drop in price a lot. I mean, I think the average price now is probably somewhere around $4,000, something like that. But that might even be a little bit high. Now, looks-wise, I really do like what GM did with these, just the coupes. The regular G6 is whatever to me. But the back end that they designed for the coupe, I think, is really good looking. I think they did a really good job on that. And they're pretty rare. So if you want a car that not everyone has seen or even knows about, it could be a good option that way. And like I said, it's not a bad car. It's just not particularly great in any way. So that pretty much sums up my thoughts on it. And one of the things when they came out that they had a problem with on these was by the time they were fully spec'd out and everything, they were the same price, I think, as like a Mustang GT. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's what their price point went at. So it was like over $30,000, $35,000 for one of these G6 GTPs. And the fact is just nobody bought them because who in their right mind would ever pick one of these over a Mustang GT? And I wouldn't either, and I'm not particularly a Ford guy. So, you know, I can't blame anyone for not buying them. But, you know, it still is kind of a cool car, and I have gotten compliments and everything on it like that. So, all right, those are my thoughts. Let's get back home. Forgot one thing. Just about want to throw there. What I did want to add to this that is good is the engine the 3.9 liter that GM put in here is a really good engine. Other than, I mean, the fuel mileage isn't quite up where I would want it to be, but otherwise, it revs well, it sounds good, it's like, it's a really strong running engine. And I feel like, because I think these are like 240 horsepower, I think some of them are 252, but I think the one I have is 240. And I think it's only limited by the transmission that is in here. So I've driven one of these that is a 6-speed, and it was a much more fun car all around, because you being able to control it, and the shifting with the automatic and everything is just not good. It is not a strong transmission. It doesn't. I don't feel like it matches the revs and everything like that very well. So yeah, definitely, it's if you found one of these that is a 6-speed manual, we're talking about a completely different car then, in my opinion, just because of how much different the feel between the auto to the manual is, and this engine really wakes up with the 6-speed manual. All right, now seriously, we are going to go home. So how did the wash come out? Let's see here. Not too bad. Much better to not have the globs of mud on a car you're trying to sell. So there's your advice for the day. If you're trying to sell a car, and honestly, I see this on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and stuff all the time. Like, just wash it. Just wash your car. It's not that hard. There's automatic ones. You don't even have to do what I did. You can just go through the laser one. It's like $5. It would really help you sell it, I promise. So, yeah, not bad at all. All right, now I just got to get the stuff out of it. All right, you know what? This car is so disgusting. Let's just skip until later, because it's not good. Yeah, we don't need to film this. All right, got it all cleaned out. Looking pretty all around. Didn't get a chance to vacuum it, but that's all right. So now just wish me luck, and we'll see if they buy it. Brooks. Come here, buddy. Woo! All right, guys. Well, good news. The G6 is sold. We just went and did the title work and everything, and so it is officially someone else's car. I don't no longer own it. I just got to pull my stuff out of it, the rest of my stuff, and then they're going to come pick it up in about an hour. So overall, an excellent day. I'm happy to have at least one car sold, even though it was the one I was driving, so I don't know what I'm going to use as a daily driver right now then. But, you know, we'll figure it out. No problem. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe. Have a great night, guys. Babe, guess what?
What?
Guess what I get to do now?
What?
Car shopping.